bit about the mechanics of the report. The why is it done, how is it done, and what are some of the... You continue to have really serious problems in many areas. Mexico, as you mentioned, there are certain states, Chiapas and Oaxaca and others that have real problems with abuse by the security forces of people. I think President Fox has tried to get a program through to provide more accountability, to go back and look at some of the abuses of the past, and we obviously are very strongly in support of those efforts.
Is this something that former Secretary Powell or Deputy Secretary...
The justice systems are weak throughout Latin America. I mean, again, it varies from country to country, but that is one of the serious problems. If you have weak or corrupt, this is one reason we focus so much on corruption. You don't think of corruption as a human rights issue per se, but it has its effect on human rights. If judges can be bribed, if prosecutors can be bribed not to prosecute somebody, then you lose the whole deterrent effect of the justice system.
Something you requested. Can you just give us some...
That the federal government in Brazil, to sum it up, generally respected human rights, but that you have problems with poverty, with poor people, and particularly with state governments mistreating people. So it's, again, a little bit like Mexico. He said a little bit about the mechanics of the report. Venezuela, we saw unfortunately, some real backsliding there this year. We were supportive of monitoring of the referendum and so on that was done, and respected the results of that. But when we then see media law being passed to intimidate and constrain journalists in the country, when you see efforts to pack the Supreme Court and so on, those are not positive developments.
Find Ukraine and Afghanistan. With
the positive side is, especially for old-timers like me, when I joined the State Department, I started working on Latin American affairs in my early work, you could literally count on the fingers of one hand the number of elected governments in Latin America in those days, and that was 30 years ago. And now you can count, with maybe a couple exceptions, Cuba being a prime one, but every other country has elected governments. Cuba and Haiti do not, but Haiti is on its way to having elections. So on the political freedom front, there's been a huge change over that period of time. Is that where President is